Photo Diaries podcast. I'm your host, Grace Costa, a commercial photographer of over 2 decades, a photo-based artist and a photography mentor. This podcast opens up a secret diary about the world of the photography industry. We'll bring you inspiring interviews with industry professionals, as well as stories and tips to help you propel through your photography journey, whether you're just starting out or a seasoned pro. Thanks for joining me today. Now let's open the latest diary. Hi friends, welcome back to the Photo Diaries podcast. Today's episode, we are going to talk about the perfect brand experience. And over time, I have realized that I'm absolutely obsessed with dissecting and understanding brand experience. And this experience was so spectacular. I have to break it down for you and we can learn about it together so that we can bring some of this goodness into our own photography business. So what prompted this conversation with you today is my husband and I recently took a 2-night stay at a luxury country resort in a coastal region in Australia. And we had previously visited there for lunch and we enjoyed it so much. We said, why don't we come back here for our 10-year wedding anniversary and we can have Sophie looked after by Nan because she lived just around the corner from this place. So it was a perfect opportunity for us to have a luxury stay, which we did a couple of weeks ago. So this place is known for its luxury, but doesn't mean you're going to get that experience. So upon arrival, we were greeted by a lovely, friendly and warm attendant, a lovely lady, and she was super excited to see us. She knew that it was our 10th wedding anniversary, so she greeted us and she said, happy anniversary. And then once we gave the credit card, she gave us the keys. She didn't just direct us to our room, like turn left, go down the corridor, walk outside, turn right, and you'll see number 3 over there, which most hotels do, right? She walked us out of the door with her and said, follow me, I will show you to your room. So she walked us down the path and into our room, opened the door for us and, wished us a very happy stay, which instantly made me feel like, wow, that's a beautiful thing to do. So I loved that. When the door was opened, a soft, melodic music was playing to set the atmosphere. We walked into where the television was and the bench, and on the bench was waiting for us a cold bottle of champagne with 2 champagne glasses and a note from the director of this place saying, happy wedding anniversary, Grace and Peter, from Josh. And a gift from our mother-in-law, from Pete's mother, a little gift with some goodies in there too. So instantly, the music set the tone. The champagne set the feeling of excitement and it continued throughout that arrival. And then I noticed a subtle fragrance of the sea. And I knew it was kind of like a candle burning or some reed diffusers. And I thought, that's a beautiful smell. And I'm very attracted to fragrance in a room. And that's why I burn candles in my office all the time. And I always wear fragrance. I just love it. So I noticed that straight away. And then, of course, we're looking around the room, checking out the beautiful finishes, the beautiful bedding, which was 100% natural flax linen, of course, with a very, what do you call it? Like cushy, soft, cloudy doona. And it was just like sleeping on a cloud. It was so plush. That's the word I'm looking for. The bedding was plush and luxurious with linen. The pillowcases were linen. There was, mass amount of pillows, of course, which you get in most hotels. But just the general aesthetics in the room set the whole mood for this perfect country estate. And what worked really well is that the bed linen being a natural fiber like linen, and the curtains were linen, even the furnishings were wood. Everything was based around nature, which I noticed. And then the teas that were on offer were Australian local made teas. And I thought that's the perfect addition here. That's what you would expect them to provide locally made teas. And there was, sparkling water in the fridge ready for us, and beautiful toiletries, which were also locally made and Australian, which is perfect. And then there was a few little extras for us. So the aesthetics had already added to the arrival experience. All right, so everything's going well so far. Then we go and explore outside. The pool is just perfect blue water. It's actually a magnesium pool, which is super good for your muscles and your overall well-being, right? So we're super excited to go near the pool. And when we were, relaxing by the pool, the staff just automatically, without being asked, came and offered us some sparkling water. So that was wonderful. There was, we have to mention the aesthetics in the dining area of the venue. So I'm a sucker for aesthetics at a table setting. So I just loved the color of the glassware and the napkin and the napery and the crockery. Everything like that just looked so perfectly curated and done on purpose. We ate dinner there the first night, and the meal was absolutely spectacular, made with local produce. My husband had local wines. I had a cocktail, and dessert was immaculate. The presentation was immaculate. The staff were wonderful. They weren't too intrusive, but they also knew their stuff. They knew the product of what the restaurant was offering, which is also a standout point. And so we had just a wonderful experience in the restaurant area as well. The atmosphere outside, now you probably think I'm going way overboard by describing everything in this place, but I just have to, because that's what makes this place worth talking about. And that's probably why people keep going there. And it just gets this continuous word of mouth, because the atmosphere it's created is just so on point. To the point where I noticed everything that was planted there around the pool, around the dining area, the outdoor function areas, all the plants were really thoughtfully introduced. And, they were just designed, like the whole garden design was just immaculate and interesting, and different textures, different heights, different color palettes. But it all worked really well to continue the theme of this place, which I have not mentioned yet. It has a Mediterranean flavor. So for us, it felt like we were back in Italy. And together we have traveled to Italy on holidays, and I've been there numerous times on my own as well. So it just instantly had that feeling of Italian holiday. And I think that's why we both loved it. And the plants help bring that feeling, as well as the aesthetics of the building. It's all in white. There's archways everywhere on the doors, in the, just everywhere. It's all built on archways, and cactus, many cactus plants, many grass plants. And so you are transformed to another destination. And that's what we really love. And I think that's what makes a great experience, is transforming somebody's emotional side to somewhere new. And you can't put a price on that. And this is a luxury place, right? So it was not cheap, but to me, it was worth every cent we spent, because we loved every element of it. And even my husband appreciated the bed linen, and he doesn't even care about that stuff, even though we have flax bed linen at home every single day. But he was like, wow, this bed is amazing. And although it's a bit short for him because he's super tall, but he enjoyed it as well. So I want to read to you the website from this place, just so you can imagine and hear how the branding and the copy they've used on their website is here to build an experience and build a desire for you to visit. Boutique comfort awaits. An elegant getaway is closer than you think. Embrace the landscape, sip a cocktail by the pool, savor the local produce. Your experience matters to us. At our idyllic hotel, expect to unwind in the warmth of our hospitality and friendliness. Relax in our magnesium pool, chat or read in the alfresco dining area with views of the Diula mountain range, dine in our quality restaurant, and enjoy a round of golf at our 9-hole golf course. Beautiful. So then we go on to the rooms. The rooms have evolved. Each reappointed suite boasts quality fixtures, soft furnishings, and relaxed finishes. Boutique accommodation is now on offer in the heart of the Eurobodalla. So there you go. That's how they are romanticizing the experience. And although we didn't use the golf because we both are not interested in golf, it was included in our stay. So it is set on a golf course. And when I look at the website of this place, it is quiet luxury. It's not new. And, you know, usually when you think about a luxury place, you think, oh, it's going to be brand new with all the latest mod cons. But this place is not like that. And it's not designed that way. It's designed with a country feel. And if you know anything about country decor or styling or country aesthetics, it's not really about new. It's about an earthy design. And they've done that super well. They've mixed earthiness with style and comfort. And just, oh my God, I'm in love with this place, in case you have not already noticed. So, all right, get to the point, Grace. What can we learn from this luxury resort experience? Well, if we think about your photography business, what kind of A to Z experience can you start to think about and brainstorm how you can improve your experience right from when you welcome a client into your business through your inbox, or even if it's in person, to Z when they're ready to lay down in bed and finish the night at your stay. So they've finished the photo shoot, you've delivered the photos. What's that sort of end experience that they can have a beautiful, sweet taste in their mouth, that the experience of working with you was top-notch quality, and every touch point they had with your business was as it should be. It all matched your brand. And let me just preface by saying, not all photography brands are luxury brands. They're not designed that way. If you are a luxury wedding photography brand, then that is something that you're setting yourself apart, and you are thinking about how do you create that luxury experience from A to Z. If you're a mid-tier photographer, whether you're in events or corporate or anything else like that, you know, you can still deliver a brand that all matches the experience. Everything is on par, even if you are in the mid-tier range, mid-tier price point. And then if you're in the lower price point, well, everything should also be at that same level as well. So if you're at the, say, higher end of the market in your niche, and say your onboarding experience is super clear, the communication is clear, it's fast, it's efficient, the client knows exactly what's expected when they book with you. But then when it comes to the delivery of the photo albums, they were delivered late, they were, you know, some of the pages were crushed and bent, some of the pages were missing. Well, that's not a brand experience that is cohesive, and that's on par with everything that it should be. So that's what I'm getting at. And staying at this country resort, everything was on the right level of what this brand promise expected, like what we expected from this brand's promise. So, you know, from the bedding to the greeting, to the fragrance, to the music on arrival, to the room, to the gift, to the food, to the pool experience, everything like that was all equal in expectation and all equal in quality. So that's what we want for our brand. We want all our touch points to be equal in quality. Equal good, I hope. So I hope you learned something from that one. But look, I just wanted to share this beautiful brand experience. You probably saw on my stories, I shared some photos because also the location was super inspiring for me. And because I felt like I was transported to Italy, I pulled out my camera, and I never take my camera on little getaways like this because I'm like, what am I going to take photos of? But this time I created heaps of photos, and I'm going to use them in my business as backdrops, B-roll and just backdrop images for cover pages or whatever. But it inspired me, this place. And yeah, I just think that is a very beautiful experience. So hope you enjoy this episode. And as always, you can follow me on Instagram. You can head to my website to grab any of the freebie resources for photographers, and follow the podcast so you can find out when the next episode drops. All right, friends, talk to you later. That's it for today's episode. If you found it valuable, I invite you to leave a review so more people can find this podcast, or simply subscribe to be notified when each new episode drops. Until next time, see you later.